This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.
So Nisha, welcome back to fourth episode of Toolkit of Able Nari.
Thank you, Poonam. It's wonderful to be here, and we're at the E, and we're getting more and more able now. We hope so.
And today, I think it should be your favorite topic since you're etiquette consultant and you're actually expert. Everything is from E. So E for expert, E for etiquette, E for ethics, and E for emotions. So it's really, E has so much power than the abla. So let's change the vowel today. It's a grand movement where we are going to transform ourselves from abla to able.
Absolutely.
By removing that cus to a.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Nisha. So let's go straight to agenda. And I think with this spectrum, one can really make one's life seamless, effortless, and really flow with life, as it gives so much clarity of do's and don'ts of life, and life becomes uncomplicated. It actually becomes like a flow chart. So your insights, please, on a first factor, which is etiquette. What is it about?
So, etiquette is really the pillars on which etiquette rests is respect, kindness, deference, and a sensitive way of being with others, of course, to oneself, but with others. There is a huge minefield that is there of etiquette, which is in every scenario. कैसे आप उठते हैं, बैठते हैं, खाते हैं, अपने ऑफिस एटिकेट हो, ट्रैवल एटिकेट हो, एयरप्लेन एटिकेट हो, डाइनिंग एटिकेट हो, किसी को इंट्रोड्यूस करने का एटिकेट, कॉन्वर्सेशन एटिकेट, सोशल मीडिया एटिकेट, work from home etiquette, texting etiquette, invitation etiquette, how to respond to that invitation, how to dress for the way that you have been invited for that particular event, a gift giving etiquette, gift receiving etiquette, even how to maintain your washrooms if you get people. So hosting etiquette, how to be a good guest, how to be a good host, writing thank you letters. There is so much. So etiquette is really there and prevalent in everything around us. And so if we wish to be very laid back and chalta hai, then we will miss all the little nuggets around. Or you will always be able to see someone who has got respect, kindness, and a sensitive way of being with others. That is etiquette.
Right.
आजकल जो है people are traveling all over the world. तो अगर आपका ये attitude है कि my way or the highway या मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, I don't care, then you are also cutting a sorry figure, and perhaps you are representing your organization or your country or your home or whatever in not a great manner, and people may not be very comfortable. People may avoid you, or people might feel a little uncomfortable around you. No one's asking you to be fake. We are talking about politeness. तो अगर मैं तो ऐसा ही हूँ और बदतमीज हूँ, तो I don't think that in any society is acceptable.
Right. So now coming to ethics, I see that we need a lot of learnings into making an ethical world, and it can become so easy and transparent to coordinate or associate or collaborate with each other if we have ethics in line. So what are the 5 or whatever number of components which are like must to be an ethical person? And sometimes people also relate that, oh, it is so boring to be ethical, there's no quirk, there's no spice. But how can we really segregate all of that, and I can still be nasty, I can still be mischievous, but yet knowing my ethics.
I feel that one does not have to behave, just because one is spiritual or ethical, one does not have to be boring. One does not have to be serious. One can be a very spiritual and an ethical person, but one can have a good time in life. Because you're not cheating, lying, stealing, or harming another, or taking away something that is lawfully someone else's. As long as you know that you're not causing harm to another, As long as you know that your happiness is not going to be built on someone else's graveyard, then it doesn't matter what you do socially, what you wear, what you eat, what you drink, what you believe in, or what you espouse, as long as there is nature only judges by pain and harm caused to another. So for me, Poonam, this is the philosophy I live with. I'm not someone who can wax eloquent on this further, but simply to say that this is something I live with and I teach my children and the youth, is that agar the only driving force is awareness of your karma. As long as you don't cheat, lie, steal, take someone else's property, live this one life to the fullest in the way you want without fear, because your moral compass is guiding you. So whether you want to dance on the road or dance on, bar tops, or you want to climb trees or whatever you want to do, as long as there is no pain or cheating to another. That is my personal ethic, and I'd love you to share yours.
Thank you. Yes, I copy that completely, 100%. And really, I mean, as far as etiquette and ethics or emotions also, which we are going to discuss, are concerned, I have really evolved as a person. And I completely, like, sometimes in, phases of my life, I've compromised on my ethics or my core values just to be
Please, others.
yeah, please others. And now I really understand the importance of standing by your own core values, because as you said, it is your life and you're going to, live with it, feel and emote as per your own perception of life. So it is very, very important to abide by your own core values, even if it has a cost of,
Displeasing some. Absolutely. So, in collective societies like ours, we are so, especially women, we are so governed by parental guidance, parental thought processes, and we kind of imbibe that. We don't put on our own critical thinking cap to think, hey, this is the real me. Am I just going along with the flow, like you very rightly said, because I want to people please and because it's expected of me? Or these are the things I like or dislike, or this is the boundary I want to set. So I think these are very critical skills, Poonam, that we need to share with all our able Naris, so that for the next generation and for the younger ones, they teach that boundary setting, assessing core values. These are the most important things for a truly fulfilled life of a particular individual.
or accumulating gold and property for our next generation. I think
Absolutely,
passing on
absolutely.
this kind of legacy is also very, very important. So let's touch upon emotions, and then we can sum it up, and I would request you to give us that blueprint to be able Nari.
I tell you that I have it worked out? No, it's not. We're all human, and we, even the most enlightened person can go into the various worlds of feeling sad and happy and angry and joyful, and that's human nature. There's no life that's not going to feel pain and suffering and all of those things. But the fact is, how quickly can you get back on track? How quickly could you try and regain your composure? That's the only thing that I can tell you about, bringing intelligence to emotions and understanding that having emotions is wonderful. I could never be a deadpan person. I think it's wonderful to have emotions, but to use them wisely so as not to, rock the boat, trouble a situation. Sometimes you do need to rock the boat. So sometimes those emotions come in handy. Sometimes the anger is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's required for justice. So the face of an emotion changes depending on the intent and what is the cause. So if there is anger and it propels you towards fighting for justice or changing a suffering, there's nothing wrong with that anger. But if it is just because you are in the throes of anger, then it's not really ego, it's hell. So are you able to convert that hell? Are you in a state of humanity where you do to others because it's transactional? Are you in a state of, elevated state where you're just on an intellectual pursuit? Or have you understood that while I keep on changing myself, what I can do is also pass the universal energy to another, where we can all be in this process of, little conductors of universal energy from one to another. And that's how the circle of life goes. So to me, that's what I understand of emotions.
Lovely, lovely, Nisha. Thank you so much. And with that, there is another, word which starts from EE for exercise. So, ladies, exercise your appearance, exercise your bodies, your communication skills, exercise your etiquettes, ethics, and emotions, having reality checks, having reminders to your own self, and exercise the beautiful self talk and change your internal dialogues.
How
Thank
lovely. How lovely is that? Absolutely. Unless we take action, it
Yeah.
just remains wishful thinking. So, what a beautiful way to sum it up.
Yeah. So, but the summing up responsibility, the onus lies on you, Nisha. So we are waiting for that blueprint, which I can simply, as a manual, as a note, keep handy with me and make use of it whenever I want. So please.
Okay, so I'm going to sum up this Abla to Able Nalari toolkit by, first of all, us understanding that we're all able. Sometimes we just need an external help, which today's session and these sessions that we've been doing may be. And for us to remember that how we feel is the inner world, and how we project ourselves, because we allow our inner world to be projected in an impactful, confident manner, where our appearance actually makes others sit up and notice us, where doorways open. And once the doorways open, then our communication skills, our knowledge, our expertise, our body language, the way there are interpersonal skills, they work to further buttress that image that we have created. And we are continuously in a phase of developing, learning, and growth with a growth mindset. And all of this, the red thread that ties in all of this is empathy, sensitivity, the etiquette of being and how we live in society, and obviously using emotional intelligence to then bring it forward in our interpersonal skills and leading a really fulfilled and happy life. So that's how I will sum it. I would love you to add to that.
How lovely is that? No, there's nothing required, for me to add anything except that, yes, I invite everyone to start implementing and really, giving that thought deeply, that how can we, it's not about abla able. I mean, these are all very, those kind of
Creative
words. Yeah, preachy words,
words.
and yeah, it kind of hits us hard. That's why we use these kind of catchy phrases, but just taking it to that, that little seed of humanity, of this being, of this human form which I've got, what is it for? So just asking that question, that who am I, and what is the purpose of this life, not my life, but this life that I've got the opportunity to experience. So how can I make it more beautiful before I leave this instrument, this body?
How beautiful, how lovely, and how true.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Nisha, for bringing this to completion. And here we have created a new series called Toolkit of Able Nari. Thank you so much. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible, and I could have never chosen anyone else than you, even if I know so many image consultants, but had to be you only. And I'm
Thank you.
so thankful to universe that it actually happened. Thank you so much.
So I think, there are always, life is filled with serendipitous encounters. But if we are awake and actually observing, we find that encounter and take it forward. So thank you so much. It has been a pleasure and an honor. And I think it's been a co-creation, no one's individual journey. And I think that's what it is, the spirit of Ubuntu. I am, and you are, and I am, and things that we do together. So that's how it is.
Thank you so much, Nisha, on that.
So much.